So I realized a couple of days ago that I haven't uploaded a book haul in a while, primarily because I've been quite good, haven't really purchased any books at all, and I've only received a few from people and publishers and whatnot, but I figured that I was overdue to film the books that I have acquired. So today I am here to film my August/September book haul. Hello everyone, it is Samantha and I hope you guys are having a great day today. As I said in the intro, I'm here today to film a book haul video. I only have a few books, so it should be a fairly quick book haul, but I thought I would share them with you anyway. So the first couple of books I have to show you guys actually came from a coworker. She was clearing out her shelves and asked me if I wanted any of these books. And they were both books I wanted to read, although one of them I actually started but never finished. And now I finally have an opportunity to do so. But the first book that she gave to me was The Berry Giant by Kazou Ishiguro. This one has been on my radar for years and I haven't gotten to it, but now I can. I know it takes place in post-Arthurian Britain, and as you guys know, I love Arthurian stories and that time period in general. The story follows Axel and Beatrice, who is an elderly couple who set out to visit their son who they haven't seen in years, but things are very confusing. There was a mist that basically robbed people of their memories, and it seems all very mysterious and atmospheric, and I cannot wait to read it. I'm going to try and maybe get to it next month because I feel like it would be kind of a good fall Halloween-y type of a read, and I love this cover because it's kind of shiny. Isn't that pretty? So yes, very excited to finally have this in my hands and be able to read it. The next book that I got from her was one that I started a few years ago and never finished. It was on my Kindle. I think that's partly why I never finished it, because I find I don't feel as enthused about reading books on my Kindle as I do in the physical form. And that book is Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell by Susanna Clarke. As you guys know, this has been turned into a television show, and I also never watched the television show. I watched the first episode and that was it. Anyway, it's a chunker. It's a very, very big book, but I'm very, very excited to finally have this in my hands and be able to read it. And I love the deckled edges. I know deckled edges are not very popular, but I personally enjoy them. And I didn't realize there was illustrations in this book, and that made me even more excited to read it. So yes. Again, this is like another one that's a good fall read, so I may try and tackle it in November. We shall see. Next two books for all books that I received from publishers. The first one is Storm Runner by J.C. Cervantes. This is a new book in the new Rick Riordan Presents imprint, which is an imprint that is devoted to publishing own voices authors about middle grade mythology. And this one is based upon Mayan mythology, and it follows our young character of Zane, who is a boy who has a disability. He walks with a limp and has to use a cane, and he doesn't have a whole lot of friends, and he spends a lot of his time in his backyard exploring this volcano that he has dubbed the Beast. And pretty soon he discovers that this volcano is in fact the prison of a Mayan god, and that his fate is intertwined with this god. And so a lot of hijinks ensue. I'm very excited to check this book out. I think the cover looks pretty cool as well. I don't know a lot about Mayan mythology, so I anticipate really enjoying this one as well. The next one I have is from Tor, and it is the Phoenix Empress by K. Arsenault Rivera. This is the sequel to The Tiger's Daughter, which is one that I haven't read and I need to read because I've been wanting to read it for a long time, and now I have book 2, which gives me incentive to pick up book 1. I do know that it follows two women who are prophesized to save an empire. I believe they're also a couple. I think they're married, if I remember correctly. It seems like a very exciting series. I know from people whose reviews I trust and have similar taste to me that they really enjoyed it, so I anticipate enjoying it myself. Next book here is one that has actually become one of my favorite books from this year. I've already read it, and it is Foundryside by Robert Jackson Bennet. This book was amazing, and I have a review of it if you guys want to check it out, because I really, really enjoyed it. It was a 5-star read. It takes place in this world that has a really unique magic system, so people use sigils, and they inscribe them upon objects in order to affect their properties and cause that object to take on properties that aren't inherent in its nature. Our main character is Santia, who is a thief. She goes and on this job to steal this key from the lock boxes on the wharf, and she does so, and she takes the key home and discovers that the key is more than a key. The key can talk to her. And together they kind of realize that the world is once again on the brink of ruin, and it's up to her and her motley crew that she ends up collecting over the course of the book to kind of prevent this from happening. I really enjoyed this book. It was a lot of fun. It had a lot of humor, which if you guys know anything about me, I love humor in my books. Like, not necessarily like all funny books all the way through, but when there's like a scattering of humor throughout, I really enjoy that, and this book definitely had it. So really enjoyed it. Highly recommend picking it up if you haven't done so already. The last book is from an author that I have heard a lot about over the years and have not read, and now I finally have a book by him, so I can. And it is Port of Shadows, A Chronicle of the Black Company by Glen. This is the first book in this series in I think 17 years, and according to the little insert I got from the publisher, Tor, it says that you can actually pick this one up and kind of start your journey in this series here, so I thought it was good enough incentive for me. I actually haven't heard too many people talk about Glen Cook book and like what their thoughts are on his books. So if you have read his books, please let me know down in the comments what you thought of them. Like, I've been aware of him for a long time because he's well known, I believe, in the fantasy genre, at least to me, because I've heard his name for years, but I haven't read his books yet, so now I can. But I would love to know what you guys think of this author if you have read him before. Plus, I think the cover looks really cool. It's very artistic, and I am a fan. So that's my book haul. As you guys can see, I haven't gotten that many books over the past couple of months. I'm pretty good about reading what's on my shelf and not buying anything, so I'm quite proud of myself right now. If you guys have read any of these, I would love to know your thoughts on them and all of that good stuff. Just throw them down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Until next time, happy reading. Bye!